They'll be calling you a radical. I want to get this up before the game. Shaheed, and this is important. The incredible, horrific disrespect that this university throws on people is disgusting. The disrespect of Kevin Blanch here is over the top, and it's pathetic. Last night, oh my God, the disrespect of Trevyn Smith, it really pisses me off. Get this. They honor the worst president in the United States here. I mean, the worst president in the history of this university last night. I mean, killed the tram, everything. They honor the microbiologist. You know what blows my fucking mind? It blows my fucking... The most famous biologist probably in American history. You're looking at him. But just remember this. The most famous basketball player in the history of this school, 2 national champions, born and raised in Ogden. His name's Wat Masaka. You want to talk disrespect? How come his jersey's retired in the University of Utah? Not here. He won 2 national championships here. He's born and raised here. Don't mention his name. How about Fawn McKay Brody? Professor tried to tell me the other day, her work was deep. No, her work was never debunked. Her work has all been 100%. She was a young professor this year. They don't even speak her fucking name. Trevyn Smith last night, the disrespect. His family came up to me last night. I had my jersey on. I did not get invited. I'm the guy that got him in there. I think people underestimate the power of this genre. I understand. I taught communications freaking at the #1 school business in the country. Now it's under investigation by these guys were telling me how their MBAs they got in 20. I said, I would burn them if I got an MBA post 2002 or 3. They're worthless. The place is under corruption. They rank. Oh, they were top ranking. Some guy. I mean, these people will argue. They're so gonzoed they're arrogant about their ignorance. It's pitiful. So, Trevyn's family came up to me last night. They came up to me. One of the more emotional conversations I've had in my life. I don't know how I held back the tears, choking it up. They verified everything I knew and beat to death in the jail cell. Where the fuck was Weber State when he was crying out for help? Where the fuck was the NCAA when he was crying out for help? He's the greatest player in the history of this school until Rashid came along. Weber State got pounded last night, 40-0. But just remember, the Jay Hill era is over. You can have to face it. The Jay Hill era is over. The Jay Hill era is over. It's going to take Mickey a while. His new philosophy, his new thing. In Montana State, all that. Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck, they're badass. Fuck, I don't know where they found that kicker, but they found Pele somewhere. Talk about neutralize Abraham Woods. He wasn't kicking it, deep into the end zone. He was out of the end zone. He was kicking it over here into the fucking track. And there was a lot of kicks. It's going to take time. These programs flip like this. And Jay Hill says it perfectly. Down there at BYU, this defense sucks. Somebody says, God, you go and turn around. Fuck. You can't just show up and turn it around, The Jay Hill result. That incredible. I look back on it. Here I'm fighting AML leukemia. Working on probably the greatest PhD in human history. What they did to me on this campus. And the disrespect here, they honor who has zero field work. Zero field work. That's what blows my fucking mind. So-called PhDs, so-called professors. How do you have a fucking PhD with no field work? How does that happen? Well, welcome to the fucking, whatever this fucking place is called, academia. It's gone. It's a fucking clown circuit. It's a fucking joke. First, you got to hypothesize knowledge. You have to have field work. Then, you have to defend your work. And if your peer, who the fuck is Kevin Blanch's peers? Albert Einstein, maybe? One fucking person on this campus. One person. The whole time I've been fighting cancer. Really, well, 2. Klauke, he doesn't work for this university. I mean, he does the play-by-play. I guess he does. I think he actually works for the radio station, which isn't owned by this school. The radio station here, the signal's right there. They got rid of me. They got rid of the whole fucking radio station. Oh, we're gonna get fuck, what a clown. You know, Manny bolted, they ran him out of town. Clucky's a fucking gem. Dylan Jones, who I call Dylan Magic Dantley Jones. He rocked right up to me yesterday. Gav, how you feeling, man? Right off. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. He knows my path. I mean, I had a fucking open heart surgery. My fucking chest ripped out. I got artery harvested out of my leg. I have a pacemaker. They had to reconstruct my aortic root. This fucking cancer, epic historic fucking bout since 2011. You know, I don't think people understand how powerful this genre is and this visual genre. You know, Rashid's own agent will tell you, well, your footage out there, Blanch. Who was screaming Rashid Shaheed, wake the fuck up NFL, wake the fuck up NFL from the day he got here? Oh, I was. Just think, I mean, these 4 legendary players, 5 actually, professional football players on the same fucking team, none of them drafted? What the fuck? Deion Sanders is right about one thing. Fuck, did he get a beat down yesterday, knocked down to fucking earth? They collude against schools like this. People like me with the camera, with the visual, with the thing, fuck, my voice is so giant. I'm the guy that got Trevyn Smith fucking in there. You go ask the fucking president of the university, and they don't even invite me to the fucking ceremony of the dinner. And think about this. McBride just goes, boom, boom, and just pounds this dude. Just pound. I could see he was having mental issues as a senior. He was going to the NFL. He was a first rounder in the NFL. His junior year, fucking NFL scouts were all over him here. He knew it. He started to have issues, brain issues. I fucking knew it. His family knew it. Everybody knew it. I mean, I could tell. Where the fuck was the NCAA then? Where the fuck was Weber State then? They threw him away. Do you know Ron McBride did not show up? His coach. He didn't fucking show up to the dinner or this fucking thing. Says fucking volumes. The disrespect. Now, who runs this university? It's a state university. It's like the University of Utah. Some guy tell me, oh no, you know, the sports merchandise, all that pays money. The fuck it does. What's the matter with you people? You, the taxpayer, pays these coaches' salaries. They're state employees. Freaking every single state, all 50 of them, the highest state employees are fucking coaches. They're so grotesquely overpaid and overrated. It's sickening. All of them. All of them. If the sheep believe, you know. So I want to get this up before the incredible Rashid Shaheed. Rashid's fucking old people. Your videos are the only ones out there. You know how these people. I want people to understand these scouts are pathetically lazy and pitiful. Self-promotion? Fuck, if you're an athlete, you better do it. You know, and you can't just have some crop chopped out thing. You know, this organic rough footage, just like my tide pool video. We're honoring a microbiologist here at the fucking halftime of the game while Kevin Blanch is on the campus, the fucking probably the most famous biologist in American history. Well, I think it's unarguable. What are you going to do? Hand your work over to the J store? This is the greatest PhD in ongoing? Well, there's certain players and certain people that you can, that's why. That's why there are people like Rashid Shaheed who will overcome adversity. That's why there are people like freaking Dylan Jones. Dylan Jones will be a superstar in the fucking NBA. Probably end up with all kinds of fucking rings. It isn't about money, Lillard. I'm not a fan of Damian Lillard. I'm not. You know, he never won shit here, and you know, he never even won a Big Sky championship here. Rashid won 4. He only sells a lot of sports merchandise. I don't buy their fucking new shit. I buy all retro and used. Go Rashid today. There's certain people you can, I mean, it's more than their athletic ability. There goes a loner. There goes a loner. Boy, that's the way I feel. Go Rashid today. You know, he's leading the league in yards per catch. Get the fucking ball to Rashid. You know, I'm the guy that started that shit. I mean, we scream it, you know, it's hardcores over there. The yuppity asses. The old school guard who's still hanging around here, which is pitiful. I thought JL had that cleaned out. I thought the NCAA freaking total got rid of all this. No, they're still here. The Waters curse is alive and well. Rashid all about speed? Oh, hell no. I knew that from the beginning. I never seen hands like this guy. He never fucking. We were talking, me and Kev last night. I says, Kev was gone his freshman year. He wasn't here. The first 2 years, it was me. I'm the only one. They stick me in the fucking end zone when I'm full of fucking cancer in the main game. At night. I wonder why they lost. Couldn't feel my fucking feet. Write a book. What do you think this is? This is books inside of books inside of fucking books. This is fucking Moby Dick on fucking top of fucking the Grapes of Wrath mixed in with fucking Cannery Row on Balco. What the fuck do you want from me? Disrespect is over the top, but I think about Michelangelo, the disrespect of him. Fuck, nobody fucking cared about him or anything. He was fucking worked for hundreds of years. The fucking panty painters painted over his shit. I think about Fawn McKay Brody's work here. She was right about everything. Greatest historian in the history of this fucking state, bar none. One of them in the country. Wamasaka, first player of color in the history of the NBA. Fuck. This is more than sport. I've talked to Dylan about this. I've talked to freaking Rashid about this. I've had conversations with him about multiple conversations. This is way more than sport. This is cultural. It's big time. These are cultural figures. Rashid Shaheed is a cultural figure. Jay Hill was a cultural figure turning this freaking Titanic corrupt fucking thing around. But no changes are permanent. Kevin Blanch, cultural figure. So, that conversation with Trevyn Smith's family yesterday, and they came up to me, was incredibly emotional. Verified everything I already fucking knew. Beat him to death in a fucking jail cell. Use him up and throw him away, pound him. Bruce Hanley, I worked for, who wanted to kill this program. All-American football player in his 60s. The #1 school business in the country. He was starting to go goofy in the fucking 90s because the brain injuries. I spoke at his wake. He left his brain to the foundation that studies brain injuries. He wanted to kill this program and bring it in fucking men's soccer. And I had a vote then. That's back before they fucking blackballed me, before Dr. Cooley died. And the #1 school business turns into the fucking under investigation for Chinese fucking influence, dead last, and they're bragging about it around here. They gave an honorary degree to fucking the guy that did it. R.C. Willie sold the fucking warrant. Fuck. What the state legislators run these universities. I don't think people understand that. Who runs a state legislator in Utah? Well, let's see. Governor Cox gets in bed with fucking Bill Gates to build SMRs that don't even exist. The Watts curse is alive and well here. This school has never won a big game in the history of the fucking since it's here. They won when they were downtown Ogden. National championships with Byron Scott's real father, Alan Holmes. Yeah, Byron Scott's from here. They won national championships in the 50s, 60s. Wat Masaka won national championships here. He's from here. He played here. Haven't won anything since they've been here. I can name off heartbreaking loss after heartbreaking loss after heartbreaking loss after heartbreaking loss. Even when Hanley played here in the fucking 60s, they lost the fucking championship game. Fucking Damian Lillard up by 23 points at halftime in Montana. Lose the Big Sky Championship. They did it the year before at home. How about frickin' Ruben Nemhard missing the front end of 1-1 to beat Georgetown to go to the Sweet 16? Talk about a fluke, and they win on a fucking Hail Mary, flukest play I ever saw. How about missing the free throw to beat Florida to go to the fucking Sweet 16 in 2016? I go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. There's a fucking curse here. I wonder why. I wonder why the University of Nuclearism in the belly of the fucking bee. What they did to Clyde Cooley? And Newland was the president here when that happened. Wow. Wow. I don't see no works for him. Just the #1. Lonely at the top, I guess. It's like I told Dylan. There's certain athletes you can tell. There's certain people they're above all the fray. They're marquee. We've always had 1 or 2 or 3 here. They're rare. They're not unconscious. They're conscious. This genre is so powerful, and it takes people like Kevin Blanch should be on every single university. They're in bed and ingrained, and video killed the media star, the visual genre. Fuck, I taught the community. I understand that the visual genre is thousands of times the written word. Thousands of, write a book. These visual genres and these visual media is thousands of times more effective than any book would ever be. That's proven under fucking arguable science, just like my typo work. Just like my fucking, we know there's an Outlander 2011. Kevin Blanch's historic fucking incredible PhD, the Great Pacific Genocide, father of Functonian. Just remember, they took Semmelweis in Vienna, Austria, and tomorrow the IEA starts their conference. I should be there. I was going to be there, but my doctor, she's like, Kevin, you think you're all better? Do you realize everything that you've been through? Yeah, I do. Of course I know what the fuck. She says, you're not your same old self right now. She says, you seem a little off and a little depressed to me. I says, I wonder fucking why. I'm screaming at my doctor right there at McQuackity, telling him, fuck, it's my heart valve. It's my heart valve. No, it isn't a neuropathy. The fucking football doctor here is one of my daughters. Oh, it's neuropathy. They're all arguing with me. I'm like, no. Oh, fuck, it was my heart valve. It fucking ruptured and tore my perfectly good heart all to fucking shreds. I got a transplanted that he had to build in fucking Eric Road out of human and cow tissue. Fucking, I've got a new valve in there. They had to fucking harvest an artery out of my leg and bypass. He had to put he calls it Kevin Blanch's famous heart. They did that to me. My perfectly good fucking, well, it's cancer. Light the Night will be here the 12th. We actually got to light the night here. Yeah, for real. I didn't start it, but I'm going. I support them, though they don't support me. I take the high road, they take the fucking low. A conversation with the Smith family last night really moved me. Rattled my cage. It was so emotional. Where the fuck was the NCAA? Where the fuck was Weber State? The football fucking apparatus. Where the fuck were they when he needed them? It was brain injuries. He was having all kinds of issues. Then they can't even get it right when they rev, and fuck, oh my God, it's pitiful. His numbers are legend, not just at Weber State, in the Big Sky, in the national, in Americana history. It's football Americana history. His fucking numbers are legend. His senior year, I could tell. I would talk to him. I knew he was in full blown out concussion protocol. They played him anyway. Bashed his fucking brains in. He knew he was NFL material. Oh, he would have been an NFL superstar. No fucking doubt in my life. I never seen anything like him. Ever. Until Rashid Shaheed came around. And think about, they did not draft Rashid. Makes the practice squad by this much. Just the best wide receiver in the fucking league. There's 5 guys playing professional football off that same team. None of them were fucking drafted except TJ, and he went way that. Best Cup secret. Fuck, Cooper Kupp should have been the number 1 pick in the NFL. What was he? Fucking 170 something? TJ here, fucking once. Fucking Williams, Opeta, undrafted. Just broke the fucking. I was at Pro Day. Fucking shatters the fucking bar record. And anytime you have a conversation with any of these fuckheads around here, they got to up you. It's like I says, they pulled an upset in Idaho. Oh, no, Idaho was a favorite. And I said, no. Sac State's the number 2 team in the fucking country. But they've got dogma in their brain. They'll fight you with their political fuck. Give me dogma or give me death. Well, they'll take both. One person on the entire campus in 11 fucking years. The disrespect is over the top. That's why Dylan Jones will be a superstar in the fucking NBA. I knew that from day one. I've always supported him. Kev walks right up to me. How you feeling, man? Thanks for asking, but I'm okay. I'm getting there. It's a long journey. He knows my fucking journey. That's why he's fucking in a whole different realm. Karma's a motherfucker is all I got to say. Karma's a motherfucker. Fuck the NCAA. Really, fuck the NCAA. We need aftercare for these athletes. Well, for everybody. We have the Marion Eccles Foundation. His family took it and stole it and run to the University of Utah. Go down there and watch that shitty ass product. Get your fucking slave-made gear from fucking China, not me. Not me. Pay all this money. Yeah, I'm a youth fan. These phony trader fuckers here. Fucking, and they, I mean, they ain't nothing. The Eccles Foundation, Mariner left it here for mental health workers. He had 2 children. Yeah, the billionaire. The Federal Reserve just named him. He's ours. He's Ogden. He made all his money in Ogden. Freaking David Eccles School. Ogden, 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 Ogden. They stole it. Run to Park City. His heirs, which aren't even his heirs. You know, Spencer from here. I know him personally. Lived his whole life here. Run it down to the University of Utah. Jump on the fucking bandwagon. They forget their fucking roots. They forget their place. Fucking, they need to be fucking grounded. All of them need to be fucking, come on back down to fucking earth and remember where they came from. Huh. Ogden. Huh. Weber State needs to pull their head out of their ass. Fucking, the disrespect here is over the top, and then you wonder why the school fucking ranks so low in testing now. It's pitiful. When it used to be this academia powerhouse in the 90s. Honor the people that freaking destroyed it and ripped it to pieces. You know, we got him in. We need a mental health awareness crisis center in Ogden. Big glaring light beaming. Named Trevyn Smith. Do you realize what happened to him? Just the greatest player in the history. One of the greatest football players in the history of this country. And they can't even get the fucking numbers right. Multi-purpose, right? Fucking, oh my God. His records will never be broke. Never. They're fucking said no one will ever come close to his fucking records. Fuck, that dude was unbelievable. He was like a mix between Walter Payton and fucking the way he would juke, and Deion Sanders. Fuck, he could juke, he could fucking move, and then he'd get into the secretary, and those DBs wanted no part of him. Oh, local, born and raised in Utah. That's the disrespect. Bride doesn't even fucking show up. They don't even invite. She says, how come you weren't at the dinner last night? I wasn't invited. This is his sister. Really? Yeah. I talked to his oldest child. I talked to the whole family. You could see, I mean, I think it's important that he's in the Hall of Fame, but it needs to be more. I says, the next number that goes up there on the wall, 22, Rashid Shaheed, because I asked Rashid, what number would you want up there when we put it up there? 22, he says. He played with 8, 18, and 22. Next number that goes up there is 25. Watch. Kevin Blanch is the activist that wins. I was given 2 months to live with a radical form of leukemia you cannot survive. Vincent Hansen, Thomas Blanch, the Ogden claims my uncle. You know, my family. Vincent's like, over these bone marrow appliances, they don't take guys with a marker. I have de novo with a marker that high. He called Timbo and he says, no, this guy is, I've known him since he's a kid. If anybody can beat the odds and survive, it's this dude. He agreed to take me. And they went to work on me. You know, Hail Mary. And I want to say this. I am so, so grateful to be alive. I am so grateful to everybody who supported this historic work. They mean everything to me, to we. And it's not this. This is another thing they changed. Now, it always was this here at Weber. You know, we were peaceful. We were a counterculture university. We were a powerhouse. #1 school of nursing in the country. #1 school business in the country. #1 school of engineering, and a private beating the public utility. Now look at us. Now fucking look at us. It's serfdom. It's fucking the decadence of fucking usury. Professors who have no field fucking work we're going to honor. Fuck me. Running. Shred it, take the #1 school business, nice, Bertie, rip it to shreds, and give awards to the people that ripped it to fucking shreds. These degenerate fucks here in Utah. Should get 2 today. He'll be a Hall of Famer before he's fucking done. You know what they pay him? You want to talk about still a player. Sure looks like they spent a whole bunch of lot of money to basically put back what they did. You know, one of the guys comes up, one of the hardcore old fans, and he's like, well, Blanch, you're the guy, you know. He says, they put that strip through the center. Well, they won't let you stand on it. He says, it's really separated the crowd now to where you can't even get a lot of noise going and get amped up anymore. I says, yeah, mission accomplished. Tear out all that concrete, replace the exact same thing that was there. Why? Why? Well, the turf, you know, the death turf, which I'm still not a fan of AstroTurf. I can't stand it. But it's better than it was. A lot of athletes' careers were destroyed by that turf. That death turf that was put here in 2011, Fukushima era, I was going crazy about it. They sold off the radio signal. That's it right there. When Kevin Blanch is in the bone marrow transplant, clinging for life. They put this shitty-ass fake turf, and that was a corrupt deal. If you don't believe me, go ask the NCAA. Look it up. They were nearly given the death sentence. Jay Hill came and turned this Titanic around, you know, but no changes are permanent. It took a beating last night, you know, but, you know, one was not built in a day. Was it destroyed in a day? I don't know, but the disrespect here is over the top. You know, it's beyond, well, it's gotten to the point where it's disgusting. You know, these young marquee athletes, they need people like Kevin Blanch. Without them, who's going to promote it? They don't even have a statistician here. It's like I told Maxwell, I says, you know, that game down there in San Diego, you most likely broke the tackles record in the history of the school. What? Well, I'm the only guy that keeps track of it, but fuck me. And I don't get 1 cent from these fuckers anymore. Ever. Well, really, I never did. You know, they ran that NBA program on a backdoor deal. And what did they do? They stabbed me in the fucking back. You know, so they could steal it. Look it up. Look it up. Under investigation by the FBI for Chinese influence. How do you go from that? And the people that was the president of the university at the time, you know, the biologists, they give awards to. They give honorary degrees while they strip me of mine. My PhD is ongoing. Ongoing. You know, it ain't done yet. Long journey, baby. Long journey. And I ain't gonna quit you. Go ahead, run along, Johnny. It's a long, hard battle. Fuck the NCAA. We need a foundation for mental health, especially for football players, after they're done. You can't just use them up and throw them away. What do you mean you can't? That's exactly what they do. That's exactly what they do. It's a beginning, I told his family. I says, I got to tell you a story. Mrs. McKay, not Fawn, but her relative, famous literature professor. She's very old. She walked up to me and said, Kevin, I got to tell you something about Trevyn Smith. He was in my class. She said, you know, he used to write this really beautiful poetry. It was excellent. Really? I told his family that story last night, and they had no idea. The old man says, that makes sense to me. We have poets in our family. And so, you know, communicating with each other and talking in this genre, this camera is so fucking powerful. I've had literally many millions of views. And I knew when I started this, the visual genre is thousands of times the written word. Books only change around the fringe. That's been proven. Books change around the fringe. That's all literature ever does. Literature never changes the world. Oh, this does. The visual genre does. Ask Michelangelo. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm about to go. That's Semmelweis, the germ theory guy in Vienna. You know, little invisible germs, he proved it. They threw him in a rubber room, and all his contemporaries, they weren't even his contemporaries, they gave awards to him, pat on the back. Just the greatest scientist in human history. Probably Semmelweis, until Kevin Blanch came around. You know, the Great Pacific Genocide. We're going to honor a biologist with no field work. 0.0. The greatest biologist in the history of the freaking, well, probably in the history of the countries. Right here. Oh, plutonium. Stay tuned.